My siblings and I were born into a family of potters on our mother Sephorina's side, and our father Guadalupe was a drum maker. Growing up, I never realized that our family was creating art. Clay was always a part of our lives on a daily basis. Creating our clay works using traditional methods and materials is a lot of hard work, but this is how our parents taught us, and I have to make sure that this process stays alive. I try to make gathering all the materials we need, like the clay, the temper, and picking the wild spinach leaves, fun and exciting for my nieces and nephews. Just as I remember how awesome it was doing this with our parents and my siblings. Cochiti's history of creating clay works using traditional methods and materials is a dying art form, so right now I'm trying my best to make that connection to the next generation and make it exciting and fun for them to really want to inspire them to pick up the clay and do the same thing that I'm doing. Around the age of 15, I already had realized that I was going to dedicate my life to clay and to revive the social commentary aspect that the figurative pieces from Cochiti were based on in the late 1800s.
So on behalf of the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College Museum, I want to welcome you all to this tremendous exhibition put together by our also tremendous Mellon artist in residence, Virgil Ortiz. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to bring together members of our various communities from Colorado Springs, from the region, from the campus, and have folks find in this exhibition a variety of experiences that will be, we hope, transformative in your understanding of history and your understanding of contemporary art.
I wanted this exhibition to be a real behind-the-scenes look and a peek into everyone who is involved and how big a team is needed to pull something like this together. One of my favorite things about this residency is to sit down with the students one-on-one and to share with them the process of fabricating outfits for the mannequins. And I think it's going to be extra cool to see their reactions when they see their work that they helped me work on in the show.
So I think one of the really interesting, exciting things was watching some of the students walk into the classroom where they were going to be working and start to see the headdresses form and the excitement of that and seeing what was happening. I mean, even people that weren't getting to work in the classroom, they were walking in and able to see even parts of these headdresses start to form, and to hear the oohs and ahs of being able to see these pieces as they start to evolve.
So I think what's most valuable about Virgil being here is the impact that it has on students, and especially Native students at CC like myself. It's amazing to be able to meet and see somebody who's achieved so much success and held on to their culture and held on to their way of life. And I think for the youth, it's even more valuable for them to see somebody who's out there in the world, who's made it by holding on to their culture and teaching people about it.
Each time I walk into the galleries up here, I'm reminded of the first time that I saw a group of students come in to work with Virgil. Not really knowing what they were getting into ahead of time, but oh my gosh, just the explosion of new knowledge and new processes that they go through. Watching them do that has been a magical experience for me.
It's been really exciting working with Virgil in his workshop, to seeing part of the mask I made on display on the mannequins and helping to dress the mannequins. He's been really generous, letting us get really hands-on with the work, and I'm really excited to see the show. It has such a great message.
It's been great to be a part of working behind the scenes of this exhibition. This is something very new to me. I do artwork back home, but nothing to this extent being recognized officially with the general public. This is something very different from what we see with the stereotypical versions and viewpoints of Indigenous peoples, specifically here in the United States and in the Southwest. And I just want to really commend all the work that Virgil is doing to show that there's so much diversity with the Native American peoples. When we don't fit our art or our music or the way we dress or speak into what Americans perceive us as, we get a lot of questioning, like, oh, you're not a real Indian if you don't wear a feather on your head, or you're not a real Indian if you don't wear a headdress. And I think this is a great way to start breaking these stereotypes and showing what real Indigenous peoples and our cultures and our artwork looks like. This is something that touches on truth and reconciliation, acknowledging the original peoples of this land, acknowledging both sides of the story. There's always two sides to the truth.
This is really one of the biggest shows that I have been able to pull together, especially through the Mellon Foundation for giving me this awesome opportunity to share and inform the public about our peoples and our history through my art. It's a history that has been swept under the carpet and not taught in our schools, not in our history books, because of the genocide that happened to our people.
Art can be such a powerful tool for education, but also for activism. The work that Virgil is doing as he is teaching, as he is exploring his own history, but sharing it with those of us, especially as Americans who are sorely uneducated about the history of our own country. The first real American Revolution, as Virgil refers to it, is absolutely critical.
October 12, 1492 had a huge impact on not just here in the United States, but this whole continent. So I think this is a great way to show that, educating about the truth, bringing up these events in history is something that can help educate the dominant societies and the world what the real Native peoples are doing, how we do exist in the current day, how we can be modern, how we can be treated as equal human beings.
I'm super excited to be working and collaborating with the company Ideum out of Corrales, New Mexico, working with people like Morgan and Bill and Miranda, and this project just was a real fun thing to do. All the filming that went on, filming the characters, all my friends that were the models, and bringing it all together and putting it together on the wall on a large scale of the projection is just takes it to the next level for me. I've never done 3D mapping projection before, but now that you can see it, it reaches a whole new level of the demographic of the younger generation that really understands this kind of art, and that's really helps me tell my story even more so.
He's able to remind us in 2018 that what happened 350 years ago is not behind us, and that we need to continue to fight for human rights and to defend each other and our own histories lest they be wiped out.
Remembering my parents' voices, they would always say to me, like, this is not about you. This talent was given to you and it's lent to you, so use it to carry on our traditions of our pottery making from Cochiti. And also, no matter what kind of mediums you do work in, we support you completely, and just use it all to tell the story not only of the Pulbury Vault, but really to keep our traditions and our stories alive from Cochiti. I am very thankful for the Fine Arts Center here at Colorado College and the Mellon Foundation for giving me this awesome opportunity to be the artist in residence here and to share and inform the public about our people's history, the 1680 Pulbury Vault, using my arts. Let the healing begin. Thank you.